Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have an announcement, but hang tight. We'll let a few people come through, quick yarn, and then we'll make the announcement and go from there. But hold on, settle down. Firstly, I just want to say thank you for how well received that video was today regarding my little gambling foray back in COVID. That was a fun time. I say that with my tongue in cheek. Get off that display name. It was a difficult time, but a lot was learned. And yeah, addiction's a tricky one, and gambling within itself is another tricky one, and is not as taboo as other addictions, right? So, for those who watched, I hope that the main takeaway for those who it may have helped is only you can do it. Sure, surrounding yourself with the right people, banning yourself. I just think if you want to do something, if you want to kick a vice like gambling, you've got to do it yourself, and you can't rely on the government to ban it and do all this stuff. Like then you take away liberties of what we want. But yeah, so well received. And just on a side note, obviously not a lot to report on Collingwood wise. Not a whole lot of news, which is good. Knock on wood. That's a good thing in a Collingwood off season. I feel like every off season you just get a little bit anxious, a little bit antsy, because you're just wondering, well, what's going to come up next? What's the next saga? But that hasn't happened so far. Knock on wood. Carlton have copped it, so it's good to take the spotlight off Collingwood for the time being. But give it a couple more minutes. Is Bruce McAvaney returning? Well, I hope you understand that the reference in that thumbnail is to the title. It's a very special, very exciting announcement for Pies Footy, and it will involve you guys. So stick around. We'll get a couple of minutes. I won't drag this on for too long. This probably will only be a 10-minute live stream, so hang tight. It'll be short and sweet. Yasu Balikari. What does that mean in Bali? Balikari. What does that mean in Greek? Signomi then Catalaveno. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's a whole great deal of Collingwood news. So, lad. What about Aderfair, brother? Yes, there's not a lot of Collingwood news, but there's Pies Footy news to announce. So, all right. Anyways, I'll cut to the chase. So, effectively, Pies Footy has been in conversations with a club, a local footy club, and we are looking to do some collaborations to organize some get-togethers, to do some watch-alongs, namely for some interstate games that Collingwood have this year. We're looking at running anywhere between 3 to 5 events. Depends how well received it is by you guys. And I've got an email list that I want to share with you. But essentially, for example, we're looking at opening round. We're going to have a function, a watch along together at this location. I can't disclose the club or anything just yet because we're still working with the finer details there. But we're looking to get a bunch of Collingwood supporters together, create a really that community environment that we have here. I want to bring that into real life and bring us all together and get familiar with the faces and the names and do it somewhere local, support the local club, get the drinks will be going on behind the bar, hopefully some special guests, music, entertainment. That's what we're sort of looking at. So for those who just jumped in, we're looking at doing 4 to 5 events where we do a watch along all together in person in Melbourne for interstate games. And if the interest and if it's well received, then we can look at other games as well. So if you guys are interested, I failed to mention that the capacity of this place isn't massive. So we're going to have to do pre-sales. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys want to get first priority to these functions. Here is the email list. There's the email list. You guys need to sign up to the email list so that when we do announce the tickets being released for these events, there'll be giveaways, bar, entertainment, the watch along. We'll be all there having some food together. That's where you need to put your name down, because there is a certain capacity at this place and we can't go over it. There are some restrictions around that, and they're firm boundaries. So the more of you that put your name into this email list, the more likely that this gets past the final hurdle. And the final hurdle is garnering the interest from you guys to be a part of these events where we're all together watching the footy somewhere local. I imagine we're all Collingwood fans. So I thought, let's find a nice place, a private space where it can be predominantly Collingwood fans, and we can create a ritual in meeting up many times in the season, and create that social interaction, make new friends. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Does this pique your interest? Is this something you'd like to be a part of? I'm intrigued. Like, I haven't seen many people do this, at least on a consistent, frequent basis. So I just want to see in the comment section, are you guys interested in something like this? Would you want to have somewhere to go for some of the interstate games to watch together as a massive group? So if what I'll do is I'll share the screen, and I can also show you the potential games we're looking at doing. Share screen. Yep. Okay, we're not going to share that one. Give me. Yep. No, don't worry. We'll be all over it. We'll make sure people are not being irresponsible on the piss. That's something that won't happen. Not on my watch. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to pull up the fixture. And if you guys are interstate and you want to pick a weekend to come and watch the footy, let me know. All right, here we go. So here are some of the games that we are looking at doing. So we're looking at GWS versus Collingwood. That's definitely a game that we're looking at running an event for. We're going to look at Collingwood versus Sydney for those who couldn't get a ticket to gather around. That's me. So we'll do an event for that, most likely. Potentially back it up with this one. Potentially back this one up. The Easter Friday game Easter Thursday game against Brisbane. We've got the Dockers game. That could be a really interesting matchup. So, as I said, join the mailing list here, and you'll get first priority to these pre-sale tickets effectively. The club that we will be running these events at will have a limited capacity to host the X amount of people. What else have we got? And then I think there's one more. Gold Coast as well. And then Adelaide late in the season. And then if there's games in the finals that are interstate, then we'll do that as well. What else? And potential for home games as well. It all depends on how many people we can muster up together. But that's pretty much it. I just want to sort of put my 2 cents together. It's something that can be put together quite simply from here. It's just down to you guys. So let me know by joining the mailing list. I'll put out a poll on Instagram and on YouTube as well. And the more of you that want to do this, the more likely this happens. Like, we're sitting at, this is the final hurdle, guys. All right. Let me know what you think. Go Pies.